Morning. Just checking I've got the right angle on the head cam. Got a telling off the other day for having a crap angle, which I obviously knew about, but I couldn't do a lot really. So I'm just checking that I can actually see what's going on, which hopefully I can. Anyway, we've got the X-Maxx today, which is always good, and the ramp. And what have I done to this since last time? I have fitted HD arms, so you can see them blue ones. I had the HD uppers, I've had them since I bought it really, and then I've just fitted these ones, those four. Heavy duty is the HD. That's what that means apparently, heavy duty. So I've had heavy duty uppers on pretty much since I first bought it, because they were really cheap, and I thought, well, they're gonna, surely that'll help the standard arms, the standard suspension arms, having a stronger upper. The standard uppers are actually hollow, they've got like a big air gap in them. Not an air gap, a space, they've got like a space in the upper arm. But these HD ones, I noticed, were all solid one piece. So I fitted them, and they've never broken. And also, I've never actually broken a stock suspension arm either. So who knows? Did I ever need them? Would the standard ones have been absolutely fine? Who knows? But the standard arms, the bottom arms, were starting to get worn and look a bit tatty. So I thought, well, I'll swap them, and when I swap them, I'll put HD ones on. And that's what I've done. So I've now got heavy duty uppers and heavy duty lowers. Otherwise, it's same old really. Boringly enough. So, pal of mine's just bought the Ultimate. You might know him on YouTube. It's far more popular than me. His name's Chris with a CRC, and he's from Wales. So he's probably the biggest radio control car YouTuber in the whole of Wales. So there's an accolade. But yeah, great bloke, loads of videos, very professional like me. And he's just got the lucky devil, just got an Ultimate. So he's got the big boy version of this, which comes with everything fitted. So it already comes with a lot of aluminium on his, and it comes with belted tyres, aluminium hubs, aluminium links, for the turnbuckles, aluminium mounts, incredible amount of stuff really. Very expensive to try and replicate that on a standard one like mine. So I've been talking to Chris, and he's been asking like what I've done on mine, and a lot of the stuff I've done on mine he doesn't need to do because his has already got it, so that's really good. But obviously he's dealing with other factors. The fact that the Ultimate has got to be heavier than this. So mine's currently, I don't run belted tyres. They're the little standard ones. I don't really bother with the sledgehammers anymore. So mine's quite a light truck. It's got a little bit of aluminium here and there, but not too much. And so between us, we've been talking about gearings and, you know, and what to run it at, and it's tricky because obviously Chris's is going to be a little bit heavier, but you would imagine incredibly strong. So yeah, always that dilemma, like weight and power and strength, and trying to judge what you'll need to do. Trying to judge how to balance it out. And this one's, I like this setup, how I've got mine. It's about as light as I can get it, I think, to run 2040. So this is 2046 gearing, and it's got a hardened spur, hardened steel 46 spur, which I don't actually think Traxxas make. I don't think they make a 46 spur, because that's what it comes with for the speed, as the speed spur. And what you're supposed to do is run it on an the 18 pinion it comes with. So it comes with an 18 pinion. You'd stick the 46 speed spur in and run it on an 18, and that would get you I think it's 55. It's advertised as. But this, but the problem with that is it's that crap pot metal, and it doesn't last long. So having run it on 2050 for a long time, which is brilliant, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. So I found a hardened steel spur 46, so a speed spur theoretically, and left the 22 pinion in. So really it's quite heavily geared, so therefore it can't be too heavy. You know, I can't really have the car heavy, else it'll kill itself. So I've got it as kind of as light as I can, I suppose, through trial and error. I mean, I'm not like scientifically done anything, but through trial and error, I've managed to get it to a point where it doesn't break. But it never really did. But I don't break spurs and I don't break pinions anymore. I don't strip anything, and it's light enough to do this and to run a really high gearing. Yeah, so light enough to be able to do that and not die. Try it again. Oh dear. So yeah, so Chris has got a different dilemma really, I suppose, with his. He's got a bit more weight and a bit more to sort of think about. But I dare say between us we'll suss it out, and you know, there might be aluminium stuff on the Ultimate that you just don't need. You know, you might just think, well, do you know what, I don't need aluminium hubs, and I don't need those aluminium, I think they call them tubes, those turnbuckles that are metal. You know, I don't need aluminium tubes. They're the steering links. So on this it's solid composite steering links. But on the Ultimate it's got the tubes, that titanium stuff. So, you know, it might be a case of sort of taking some bits off because they're just not actually any better than what it comes with. Tyre's gone, you see. You bugger. That's the first tyre that's done that on this. So yeah, it's it might be some of the stuff you don't really need, therefore, you know, take off. And keep the weight down. Keep the weight down. That tyre's going to be knackered now because it's going to have that much grit and shit inside it that I'm not going to be able to save it. So I'm just going to carry on. I have got spares. Jesus. I've got spares of everything. Oh no. Look at that. It's well built, isn't it? Never seen inside one of these because, as I say, I've never blown one off before, so to speak. Never blown off an X-Maxx tyre. So again, the learning curve, probably worth gluing. Doesn't like that gravel there, does it? Every time it hits that, it digs in, doesn't it, and tries to tip. Yeah. Might be worth, with this higher gearing, just running a bit of extra glue around the tyres. To try and prevent that. I've got some big batteries in this. I've got some China Hobby Line 8,500 milliamp 120C high voltage batteries, and I've no idea what a high voltage battery does. I don't know. I think you can charge it at a higher level. I think you can put it through your charger a bit more powerfully. I don't do. I only charge it one, but I think I could probably with that. I think with this battery I could probably go a bit higher, you know, and charge the batteries a bit quicker, but I won't be doing that. Yep, little connectors come out. So if Chris is watching, which he probably isn't, I would recommend this innovative Velcro. I tell you what else I'd recommend. when you plug the battery in, I'd recommend turning it back on. If you can see the freaking thing, which I can't. There she is. And the trick of this Velcro is having it long enough for it to stay under the Nerf bar, hence why it's such a long piece of Velcro, so you can get it as, you know what I mean. You can get the lid off without, destroyed the tailgate, so you can get the back off without having to unfold it all. Sorry, you can get to the batteries without the Velcro coming off the Nerf bar, otherwise you've got to fish around that Nerf bar in all the dirt, which is annoying. Very fast with this gearing. So no noticeable difference in how it dries with these arms, because obviously they aren't really going to make any difference when you're just bashing around on some gravel in the middle of nowhere. But I suppose you'd think they should be more rigid, so possibly. But not that I can tell. My main concern is that they don't break, you know. And like everything on this, even the stuff that I haven't upgraded has never broke. So some of the stuff I've done is probably not even necessary, you know. I mean, I've got hardened captured pins and things in, you know. I buy them off Skookum RC on eBay, ever so cheap. I think they were about £8 or something, and it's a full set of tensile steel captured hinge pins for, you know, for the truck. And again, I just did them because I think they were just on eBay. You know, they were just on eBay, and I thought, well, if they're selling them, then maybe there is a, you know, maybe there's a need. So I just bought them, and they didn't cost much, and I've had them in since day one, and it's never bent one. I've never lost one. But obviously I never actually lost or bent the standard one. The only issue I've ever had with this has been stripping spurs and pinions, and that is the one thing. The mechanics of it sort of, I've never really gone wrong. Like, you know, suspension, and it just doesn't. Nothing's gone wrong. It just hasn't broken anything. And it's weird because I've upgraded it and put RPM hubs and Proline hubs and things in, but the standard X-Maxx ones never broke. So I sort of did stupid things, really, like a twat, just to, I suppose as you do, I suppose if you enjoy fiddling about with them, you're always trying to make them better, aren't you? But whether or not you are, I don't know. But yeah, once I'd sussed the pinion and spur issues, then it's been absolutely brilliant. And the way I've done that, I think, is I've replaced the motor mount, and that seems to have had a big impact. Like, it's never lost its mesh since I replaced that. And I replaced it with just a stock plastic mount, because remember, this is the standard X-Maxx. It doesn't come with the aluminium mount. So I just bought the new plastic mount, which I think literally was £8, because the old one, just, you know, the screws, you've got metal going into plastic, loads of weight. It just the screw hole, you know, your tolerances go, don't they? So I was messing about with the pinions, losing pinions, stripping pinions, and all this. And I bought the 3-point with 3 bearings support system for the. I can't think how you'd word it. It's for the spur. So unless you know what these are like underneath, it's hard to explain. But basically, the spur kind of hovers and is held on by a clamp above, which is plastic, like a plastic piece. The Ultimate, that's metal. I had to buy the metal clamp, so I've given it a little bit more rigidity on top. And then the actual spur itself sits on a little piece of metal with 2 bearings, and it's not particularly rigid, so you can buy an upgrade which kind of extends it and puts another bearing on, so you've got a 3-point mount. So that's what this has got. So when I did that and then upgraded the mount, which I think was probably causing a lot of the issues, just the mount basically wearing, you know, like grit getting in it, and the screws just sort of deforming in the plastic. Once I've done that, and used you know, as good a quality pinion and spur as I could, so I used, which may not be the best quality, but you know, it's Traxxas, and I can probably, I'd like to think that they know what they're doing with their own pinions. But anyway, it's got a Traxxas pinion in it. I have used others, they've stripped. This is the Traxxas hardened one, and then, as I say, I found a hardened steel 46 spur, which hasn't stripped. And I think a lot of that is down to a nice new mount, so the motor is perfectly aligned, because of course on these, that's how you set the mesh. The motor mount sets the mesh with the pins. It's, you know, that's really important. So yeah, new motor mount, good Loctite, touch wood, that has solved the pinion and spur issues. I'm amazed that tyre has stayed on. It's got some good sort of beading on it, or something on the inside. Full tilt. That wasn't what I wanted, but luckily it managed to go over the brambles. Yeah, look at that look inside. It's good, that. Right. Ugh. The other thing I did running this gearing is I got better fans for the motor, just to try and, you know, keep them a bit cooler. So I've got a couple of rocket fans going in there. And I also fitted a GPM motor cap, which the Ultimate comes with, but this doesn't. This has a plastic. Oh no! Shell's gone, look. It's pulled through, look. So yeah, GPM what's it called? Don't know what you call it. Like a motor can thing, like the end of the motor. So it's got like an aluminium, which obviously should keep some of the heat under control. Should lose a bit of heat through that metal. Probably going to call it a day now, because I don't fancy carrying this back to the car because it's heavy, and I'm also aware that a 25 video of me talking garbage is very boring. So with that in mind, call it a day. Broke the body. I love this body as well. I love this orange. I might get one of these white Proline ones that you can get. That you might have seen them. It's supposed to be good. Right, that was successful. Yeah, so nothing really broke. Arms obviously never going to break because they didn't break anyway. But yeah, that was dead good. So hope you enjoyed it. Got a guy walking his dog. Lovely day. Got some Nike Gore-Tex trainers on today, waterproof. 2 weeks till Christmas, 3 weeks. Yeah, about 3 weeks to go. So yeah, get yourself an X-Maxx. Treat yourselves. I'm sure the family wouldn't mind. Speak to you soon. Ta-da. Try and turn this off.